Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got, we got Dreamer, baby. Bowling's, you know, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Risen. Nobody cares about it. This doesn't get a baby. Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes!
DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms for beginners. Do you not know anything about crypto? I got you. DeFi, decentralized finance. You got kids, you got a wife. DeFi Kingdoms, billions of dollars with Hero. Yes, baby, why? Amazing. GQ bot, he does. Yes. You know there's no right or wrong way. Wonder where I'm at? Yes. Once upon a time, in the not too distant past. Baby. Yes.
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Floorboard there. Baby! Yes! It's gonna say Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got, we got Dreamer, baby. Bowling's, you know, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Risen. Nobody cares about it. This doesn't get a baby. Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes!
DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms for beginners. Do you not know anything about crypto? I got you. DeFi, decentralized finance. You got kids, you got a wife. DeFi Kingdoms, billions of dollars with Hero. Yes, baby, why? Amazing. GQ bot, he does. Yes. You know there's no right or wrong way. Wonder where I'm at? Yes. Once upon a time, in the not too distant past. Baby. Yes.
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Floorboard there. Baby! Yes! It's gonna say Let's go. We got bowling, baby. We got, we got Dreamer, baby. Bolin's, you know, kind of sitting on the floorboard there. We got Sun Bear, baby. We got Dragon T, baby. Risen. Nobody cares about it. This is gonna get a baby. Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes!
DeFi Kingdoms, baby. DeFi Kingdoms for beginners. Do you not know anything about crypto? I got you. DeFi, decentralized finance. You got kids, you got a wife. DeFi Kingdoms, billions of dollars with Hero. Yes, baby, why? Amazing. GQ buy. He does. Yes. Even though there's no right or wrong way. Wonder where I'm at? Yes. Once upon a time, in the not too distant past. Baby. Yes.
Baby! Yes! I love you! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! Baby! Yes! And it's gonna say
I love it. This man, he's nuts. He actually wanted to jump on. I was trying to get all those guys. Let's do it. Any one of them. I would have been pumped. We were just on Sergeant Filthy McNasty. We're talking. I know this guy. We go way back. IOSCode. I remember way back in the day. He was already catching on, making fun of me. Not, taking showers, washing my clothes.
Yeah, you need to buy a new hat, dude. Your hat's getting dirty. You're going to have to throw it away. Buy a new one. Get on the merch store.
Look at my balding spot. This one.
Yeah, me too. Look right here. I got one right there.
This isn't my bullish hat though. That's in there. I switched.
Oh, you're good then.
Okay. Ever since, let's see, ETH Denver. That's when this one. Boom. Even though I've had it all along. Okay. There's so much we can talk about. We can take this tons of different directions. We got Doug Hype in the house, baby. Okay. So because I know you were I want to bring more people on that are pushing back on the tiers debate. We can talk
let's
about,
start with the elephant in the room, man, the tiers.
Okay, should we talk about that? I also want to talk about, because a big part of that for me is it worth having a common pet?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to explore that and talk about that because, if the common pet, we already know it's going to break down for a level 1 hero with no profession stats.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a breakdown at a level 1 hero, common hero, basic common hero, level 1, no profession stats.
You're going to have to be smart about it, right? You're going to have to combine the right hero with the right pet for it to give you some kind of benefit that's worth it. And it might make sense to think about like pets in the sense of, you attach it to the right hero, it's going to increase your return on that hero's questing by 20-30%, something, who knows. So it's kind of like I'm thinking it might be something you can do instead of buying another hero to get more return, but it might give you more options to like direct what you're doing and be smarter about it. Cause like maybe the pet's ability will allow you to focus on getting more of what's more valuable right now.
Yeah. So, now, even on a level 1 hero with no profession stat, we know that it will still help with the XP because we're going to have to feed the pets to use the pets. So once we attach a pet to a hero, we're going to have to feed them. Okay. And so the items that the additional items that they'll get in that scenario from a pet won't be enough to feed it. We know that much on a level 1 hero. What do you think about a level 5 hero? Common hero at level 5. Common basic hero, level 5.
It's going to depend. Like probably if you just in all scenarios, probably not. But you know, the funny thing about this too is like something that people never value is XP, right? There's value to that though. Like getting more XP is not like directing. You can't trade XP for Jewel and then thus USDC, but it has value.
It's like stamina potions, kind of. It's like how many stamina potions at level 1, and then where is at least the break-even point plus XP? Okay, where's the break-even point by adding the pet? The benefit you get from adding it, where does it break even? Okay, plus the XP that you're already getting, which has value. And then, so what level? Is it level 3? Is it level 5? Is it level 7? Is it level 9? Is it level 10?
Yeah, I think it's going to depend on what the pet's abilities are and what the current state of the market of different materials is, you know, because everything's like, you know, right now, Tears is the hottest thing. Tears and Swift Thistle are the 2 hottest things right now, right?
Yeah.
So does your pet allow you to get more of those? Then it's probably going to be more valuable in more situations.
Do you have your foragers on Serendale right now?
I have about half of them, only the ones that have really high skill.
There you go. But see, here's my dilemma with the ones with really high skill, level 10 plus, is that I have like, I don't know what the hell to do. I have between my level 5 and level 9 heroes that are foragers. Some of them, not a whole lot. I moved most of them off, actually, finally. But now we've seen Swift Thistle come back up a little.
Yeah, that's one thing that I started doing too is like, I stopped selling the Swift Thistle. I sold some when it went up to like 12 cents yesterday for a short time. But I think Swift Thistle, like at 6 or 7 cents, like it is now, is undervalued. So I'm waiting until it gets choked more before I sell some more of it. Because I don't think people are valuing it to what it's worth based on how much it costs to get it on Klaytn.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah. So I was trying to figure out today what the hell to do with my Swift Thistle. You know, because last night it was pushing 10 cents, like 9 to 9.5 cents.
Yeah, that was a good time to sell into a little bit, but
yeah, and I didn't know what to do last night, but today we've seen it come back down. So the sentiment is going to take some work, I think. So the sentiment is, you know, better than it was 2 days ago, but it's still pretty downtrodden. Okay. So do you think it'll be worth it? So level 5 common hero. That's a pretty good solid cutoff. If it's worth it to have a level 5 common hero with a common pet in most scenarios, we'll say, maybe not always, but if that is true, then it might, oftentimes you might as well just throw that common pet on that level 1 hero just to get the XP boost to go. Just hurry up and get there. And then we might get also additional power-ups to make it even more worth it.
So here's the thing though, like when you say worth it, what does that mean? Does that mean it's like gives you more than 0 benefit? Because that might be worth it in from one point of view, but it also means like, you know, if I could have taken that money that I spent on that pet and put it somewhere else that gives me more benefit than that pet would give me, then that's an opportunity cost I'm missing out on. So just because it's better than nothing doesn't mean it's what I want to do.
Right. And so would you say the best spot to put your money in would be Jewel? Would just be Bitcoin? Would be into the gardens? What do you think there?
I mean, I want to have fun, so I'm going to be putting a little bit in everything. But you know, it's you know, I'm not like a, you know, crypto market expert or anything, but you know, obviously there's a narrative for Bitcoin right now, so I feel like that's probably going to ride for a little longer before things like Jewel get picked up on, because we got to be in more of a like a hype sentiment market before I think big money would come into that. So yeah, it just seems like people are, the things of refuges of safety are pumping right now, not crazy crypto DeFi games.
What do you think about the sex listing up and coming at some point?
Anything that makes it easier for people to invest in the game, I think is good. So I think it'll be great.
Yeah. I think two things. For one, it adds credibility to the ecosystem. For two, you'd just be able to send it right in. You don't have to worry about bridges. That's going to be, I think, a game changer.
It's a huge barrier. Yeah. Especially for people that don't know this stuff. I mean, I have friends that are like super into games, and like if they could just like hop right into this, they would love it. But they you gotta be an expert just to get in and be safe. You gotta learn how to protect your keys. You gotta learn what bridging is. You gotta learn how to use a wallet. You gotta learn all this stuff. And it's just not like, I feel like responsible. Like if I recommend somebody to get into this world, it's like, and say then they like, they get hacked or something and like lose their keys, and then it's like I feel responsible for that. And it's like, until it's more like, simple for anybody to do, it's like I'm kind of reticent to do that.
And I've been in those shoes. Like I have some people in Luna, including my ex-wife. And so, okay. What do you think about the value of Jade? Let's see, where is Jade? Jade's like, was it 3.8 cents today or 3.9, somewhere in there?
Yeah, we crossed under the 4 pennies today.
I know. So I was thinking 4 pennies was a pretty good spot. Anything below 4 cents is like.
So I don't know. I mean, this might be something that we differ on. I'm not sure, but and I think a lot of people, like, I feel like there's a lot of people who feel like I hear a lot of people. I know maybe it's just in the price complaining channel, but when the power token prices go low, they're like, oh, end of the world. Jade went under 4 cents. Why can't it be $1 or something? It's like, I don't know. In my opinion, I don't want Jade and Crystal to be $1. I think 5 cents Jade and Crystal would be awesome to stay that way forever. Because I think that is like a really optimal place for people to be able to be in the game and do a lot of stuff and have fun without spending thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but I hear that a lot. My pushback to that is, I can tell you right now, if Jade and Crystal and Jewel exploded up to $10.
Jewel, yes, do that.
But
Jade and Crystal, no.
Here's my pushback. If everything exploded back up to $10, Jewel, Crystal, and Jade, and Heroes went back up to $500, you know what would happen?
No.
We'd have a hell of a lot more people buying up Heroes. We'd have people in the Philippines figuring out ways to buy Heroes. We'd have people in Africa figuring out ways to buy Heroes, because
they could only have one shitty hero. It would suck. They'd be like, oh.
No, because it would all be spread out. So like with Axie, that was the goal, was just to get 3 Axies. Okay.
Yeah.
But there wasn't King Baka's. There's not King Baka guys in Axie as much.
Really?
I mean, not in comparison. You had it at its height close to 500,000 players, or over 200,000 players.
Yeah.
So you had all the bomb heroes or Axies spread out more. And so, but this is a great debate.
Yeah.
Because I'm all for all things up.
So I think, I mean, that kind of sounds like a good argument that, like, if things are expensive enough, then it's not really possible for one or a few people to consolidate so much power, right? It's harder, like, because, you know, Mythic Dread Knights, you know, if Crystal's $1, right? What are those, like $10,000? I don't know, but it's probably going to be, those things are going to be spread out more, maybe. I mean, that's maybe a good thing.
I can just tell you right now, if everything went up to $10, we'd have a zillion people FOMOing into the game from all over the world.
Is that, well,
South America and all over the place. We'd have.
I guess I wish we could get that without being in that kind of a scenario.
And I do think in the long term, that's real possible, even with Jade and Crystal, because 5% of it gets burned on all these things that are happening. Now, that'll take a long time to shake out. So in the short term, I definitely would say definitely stay away from Crystal. But I was thinking a 4-cent Jade or below a 4-cent Jade, that's time to start buying and hatching eggs and summoning, buying up some Jade. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. It's just, there's still a lot being emitted. I mean, maybe the time to start buying is like, if you think we're getting close to a bunch of people jumping in, right? Because in the meantime, it's just going to keep going down, right?
Yeah. Everything's in it. Even Jewel is down. I mean, 19.7 cents, man.
Yeah. It'll have its day.
Okay.
Yeah, it's it's in this kind of an ecosystem. I feel like things are driven more by events than, you know, technicals, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. So in the sentiment and hype behind things is such a big, we were just talking about, what do you think at Doge at 10.6 billion still right now? Doge market cap, $10.6 billion.
It's like 7 cents per Doge, right? That's, I always thought it was like a fraction of a penny, but somehow it's 7 cents each.
When it was a fraction of a penny, that's when I sold it.
Yeah.
Killing.
I mean, people just buy Doge for fun, right? There isn't anything you can do with it, right?
Right. And so I remember I bought some up when I thought Elon was going to implement it into Twitter. There was a lot of it. He even kind of hinted towards that.
That could still happen. I mean, he's just, he's just like distancing himself a little bit he's got so much stuff going on, right? He's got to like make sure he's still on track to get to Mars first, and then maybe he'll come back to Twitter.
Dude, I love you. Okay. So big debate. What can we agree that for my level 10 plus common heroes, of which I have a lot, okay, and I'm not going to want to be I'm probably not going to be I'm going to run out. I'm not going to have enough mythic and legendaries for sure. I'm definitely not. Probably won't have enough rares, and at some point I'm going to run into the fact. I'm going to have to face the fact that I have heroes, and then I've got common heroes and I've got common pets. I think we can agree that a level 10 hero with a common pet is worth it, right?
Yeah, I think for you, like that probably makes sense. Probably it's a safe bet, you know, not 100% obviously, but it's probably safe to say for you probably will want to have a pet for all of your level 10 plus heroes, and it'll probably give you some benefit. And you know, considering they're so cheap right now, if they give you any benefit, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
But
I think how fast do you think the pet will pay itself off? Like a 16 crystal pet, which what is it? 6 cents, 0.06 times 16. That's 96 cents. How fast do you think it'll take for the extra items that you're getting? Plus, I know we can't factor the XP.
Probably several months. I mean,
you think?
Yeah. I mean, why it should be the team should implement it in such a way that it's similar, on average, it's a similar return as just having another hero. But if you're smart about it, it's better if you use it in the right way.
Yes. And so, okay. And so having a common basic hero at level 10, that's going to pay off the 96 cent mark in a matter of days or weeks, don't you think? Like, as far as it'll hit the 96 cent mark.
Just the pet?
No, the hero itself.
Well, heroes aren't 96 cents.
I know, but how long do you think it'll take a level 10 hero to make me 96 cents? That we should really put our pencil down on paper here.
Yeah, that's a good offline activity, I think.
Yeah, right.
But I guess I think we kind of agree in that space. But I think where when you start to speculate some as far as how many tiers are going to be needed because everybody's going to want a pet for every single hero there is and every single egg is going to be hatched. I think that's where I don't agree with a lot of that.
Yeah, not every single egg will be hatched for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of heroes that don't even go questing and are still on Harmony, and so it's
there's
realistically, there's less than 1,000 people in the game, and they have X number of heroes and X number of their heroes that want pets for. So that might be a better way to math it.
Well, but here's kind of where I'm saying. So, Brown Gent, you guys were making good points last night. If there's no new, so when Brown Gent says no new players in the game, he means no, not even somebody like a Faulty Poker, for example, or a Klaytn Crypto. Okay.
He was counting people coming back as new players.
Right. And so I'm kind of thinking that once the fundamentals of this project have never been better. We've hung in there for so long. We're gonna once we for me, kind of my response to that, the more I think about it is, well, I did send in $140 yesterday, which for the first time in quite a while that I've sent anything in. Okay. And whenever I think we've hit that bottom, even in a mindset of a trader, okay, who is, just in it to trade, you try and find, when you're examining the charts and everything, you try and find the bottom, and that's when you go in, right? That's when you buy in. Once you get confirmation that the bottom's in. And so in a sense, I'll go through these different seasons where I think, okay, the development is about to hit, and then I'll start kind of aping in. Yesterday was one of those days. I bought up a bunch of gray and blue eggs and tiers and hatched them, baby. That was fun.
I've been so tempted. Those gray and blue eggs are getting so cheap.
Oh,
I don't want to hatch them yet though, because I really want to hold off and not hatch anything.
Okay.
Until they release the ultra rare pets, because I want to have all my chances give me a chance at one of those.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's just odd pool type stuff, right?
Yeah.
But people value those. It doesn't help you to have them in the game.
You can sell them.
People will buy them. That's true.
And I like them. I want to keep some of them too.
Yeah. I love that. Let's go, Richard.
And it's those ultra rare pets are going to come at the same time that we get pet utility. So why not wait until the utility's here and those are available, then hatch? Because you're just hatching pets that you can't use yet.
Because my thought is, I'm thinking Jade is at a low, and we
hang on to the Jade then.
What's that?
Just hang on to the Jade then.
And I have. So by the way, when Jade went down to 10 cents and then 8 cents and then 6 cents, I made buys each time. And so I've gotten pretty hammered on that, but not the end of the world, because I did take some profit, quite a bit of profits. I was initially got in a little bit to those pools, and then I was pulling out.
I don't think you should feel like you got hammered either, too, because like that's when you want to be buying, right? You want to be buying as it's going down because, like you were just saying before, like you want to like ape in when there's confirmation that the bottom's in, right? But there, you don't really get that confirmation. You don't really know when it's there.
That's right. That's
so
right.
You want to be buying on the way down to the bottom, and then stop when it turns up, and you know, wait a while until you're ready to sell some.
That's right. Whenever you're ready. And so I do have plenty of jade still, and I like having those gardens making me more jade every day. And then I spin that jade to summon or hatch or sometimes compound back into the pools, or just I'll buy up some Avalanche, or I'll buy up some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, some Klaytn, and I'll let it sit there. And then as I accumulate more jade and I don't know what to do with it later, then it goes into the pools sometimes. That's kind of my way of compounding that helps hedge against a possible just breakdown further of jade, because I sold it, you know, and then it's sitting there for a few days in Avalanche or Bitcoin, because I've been focusing a little bit on Avalanche lately. I'm pretty bullish on it. How about you? What are some of the coins outside of Jewel in this ecosystem that you're bullish on?
Bitcoin. Yeah,
Bitcoin. And that's actually what I got out of USDC and BUSD and all of it, and just bought it. I put like 80% of it in Bitcoin, and that paid off when it was closer to 20,000.
Yeah, I feel like Bitcoin is great to have. There's like, I'm like accumulating certain things in DeFi Kingdoms ecosystem too that I think are undervalued. I think Moksha runes are undervalued. Yes. I could be proven wrong based on what happens with any changes to their drop rates, but I think right now they're undervalued, considering how much they're going to be needed for all the heroes that are going up in that level range right now.
You got it. Whereas Shivas, I'm not so big on. Anytime I feel like I have a surplus, I dump them, because
I don't know what to think on those.
Okay,
because they've gotten so cheap, but I think that's just a function of like there's so many people that are just have armies of floor heroes that aren't bothering to level them. So I just
so odd to me.
Yeah, I don't know where they're gonna go.
It's odd to me that people would not ever level a hero. What do you think there? It seems like always makes the most sense to always level.
I'm obsessed with leveling all my heroes all the time,
because they're going to be more profitable for questing, and they're going to be raising in value as well.
Yeah.
So, like in the 5 minutes in front of your face, okay, you're eating right now at the cost of a Shiva rune is less than 1.5 cents, which is crazy.
They're like as cheap as tears.
I know.
I gotta answer. So Travis George is asking in the chat, selling a legendary knight to buy an uncommon paladin. I don't think that's a smart move.
No way. Yeah, legendary knight is going to be better for PvP even than a common dread knight potentially. What do you think there?
I think it depends on a lot of the other aspects of the hero, but I think just in general, like if we're just talking legendary knight, uncommon paladin, no other special abilities or anything, then keep the legendary knight. Man, I'm not so good on like the hero growth charts and everything to know if it's actually better than a dread knight though.
Yeah, it's purely speaking off statistics. Yes, it is better, but then the dread knight's probably gonna have some OP moves that'll probably make the dread knight better, and that's what the value reflects. Because what's the floor dread knight these days? Where are we at with that?
But they like 3,000, 4,000.
Is it? Okay. So as far as value goes, your best value by far is selling your dread knights and getting legendaries and mythic common heroes, but especially legendaries seem very undervalued to me.
Yeah, I agree. Dread knights seem like a status symbol, right? They're like, they're like, you want to drive the flashy car, so you It's like costs a lot to maintain, and it's like not actually great, but it's a status symbol, and it costs a lot of money. So
yeah, look at this, 148 crystal, and he still's got 2 summons here, 3 summons there, 159. That's like crazy to me. They're
it's the best premium, right? Like since Mythic is the best, it gets a premium, even though it's not that much better.
Right. So as far as like, you can get what, like 4 of these for the price of 1 Mythic?
Yeah.
Really? Dang.
And I picked up a Mythic yesterday off the floor. The floor Mythic is going to be a good dark summon for me.
Yeah, these are pretty good buys here too. But legendaries more than anything, I feel like. And then let's look at Dread Knight, common Dread Knights real quick here. Okay. Whereas the Dread Knight, you know, theoretically, when you look at the statistical chances, look at that. Wow. They're actually holding up pretty well. Interesting. I bet a lot of these go to the, look at this. The floor is a ninja subclass even.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they probably don't like move really fast, right? So
yeah, a lot of these probably go to the pit. This one's even stoned. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
They'll probably have great moves, but they might be hard to play. I find Dread Knights like kind of hard to play in Fight Club too.
Really? The nice thing with Fight Club is they always have that HP, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I just mean like their abilities, like their main abilities all need a bar.
Yeah, maybe like Overpower is pretty good, but but still it's not like OP. I hear you.
Yeah.
What do you think of Fight Club? I've been sleeping on Fight Club here lately. I need to get back in there.
It's fun. I played in there was a light heavyweight tournament today. I got 4th place somehow. I don't know.
Nice.
Got me a 25 crystal prize bag. It's pretty sweet.
I love it, man. I miss it. I miss me some Fight Club. Okay, so what are your thoughts on as far as pets? My takeaway from what Hubert had told me was that all pets, if I have we've got a lot of miners in the game. They're the #1 hero as far as profession-wise in the game.
Yeah, I think the reason for that is the recent explosion with people splitting their jade bags, right? People were summoning miners at the roof because they were so premium, going for such a premium for a while.
Yeah, and back in the day when I first got in the game a year ago, miners, the floor price for any miner period was double the floor.
That was wild. Okay, so you were getting right at the time of the mining exploit was going on?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that was nuts.
That was nuts.
Dude, when the miner value started going up from people splitting for jade, I was afraid that like the exploit was happening again. It was so dramatic, like how much of a premium it was, but it wasn't happening. But I was scared it was for a minute there.
Yeah. So my takeaway from what Hubert said is that, so one of the things I'm bullish on right now in the game that I think everybody's sleeping on is blue and gray eggs. Okay, because my takeaway from what Hubert said is that we'll be able to attach a miner or a gardener for that, because we're not going to have enough gardening pets either.
Yeah.
To a pet and send them foraging, if it's a foraging pet, or if send them fishing with a fishing pet. But you had said earlier that you thought only some pets will allow for that, and that might be true.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an ability, right? Because like there's going to be an array of abilities that can be rolled for a pet, depending on its, like if the profession bonus is 1 star, 2 star, or 3 stars. Each of those star levels are going to have a range of abilities that are possible to be rolled, right? And then when it's time for pet utility, we're going to have to roll our pets. And when we roll them, you're going to get an ability, and you're also going to roll a percentage, which is like the bonus amount. And it's going to be in a range. Like he said the ranges for the different rarities at some point, but I think that's how it's going to work as far as what they can do. I don't think like every pet's going to have the same ability, like a default ability or something. It's going to be specific to what gets rolled.
Okay, you mean even for profession, like as far as you're calling that an ability to be able to bring on a different profession hero to send them fishing or foraging, because
that'll be one of the abilities, right? Like, yeah, I think maybe the like whether it's a fishing or foraging pet will determine what the abilities are that can be rolled. Like, for example, let's just say I've got a fishing pet,
yeah,
and it's got 1-star profession ability, so it's going to roll for its abilities, and the 1-star abilities in that category might be, first possible ability. This pet can be attached to a non-fisher to make it fish as if it had a profession gene of fishing. Second ability, if this pet is attached to a fisher, it gives me, double chance to catch silverfin. Third ability, if this pet is attached to a fisher, I get a 100% better chance to get blue eggs or something. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I feel like it's going to be something like that.
Interesting. Huh. So you took that away somehow from things that
I didn't. This is all pure speculation. Okay. I'm not basing this on any information I've heard. I have no alpha. I'm speculating. Like, this is how I would build it.
I see. See, I've got kind of a feeling in my gut. Yeah, Kong likes that idea, baby. Hero 96 cents. I wouldn't say per egg captured. Yeah. So my thoughts are, if I've got a fishing pet, there might be an additional benefit to attach a fisher with that pet. But I think that any hero, like a miner, especially miners, like just imagine the demand.
Yeah. So I like the point you're talking about too. And I think that's an interesting thing to think about is, so when this launches, right, we're going to have blue eggs, gray eggs, and green eggs.
Yeah.
Miners are not going to have, we're not going to have mining pets.
Right.
So all our miners, if they're going to be using a pet, it's going to be one of the other types. And what's that going to do? And like which ones are going to be like more in demand to get attached to miners? That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think, it might take a little bit. I don't know how long do you think it'll take to get the yellow pets and then the gold pets going?
I think it's going to take yellow pets. Yeah. I would say months out.
You think months? Dang.
Yeah. Gold pets next year.
Really?
Gold eggs? Yeah. Dude, time flies.
Time
flies. And they're focused on PvP.
Yeah.
That's a big deal right now. They're gonna do what they need to do to get this pet utility out, but after that, there's gonna be like some serious effort on PvP, I bet.
Well, TuneFed agrees with you, baby.
All right.
I got a feeling it won't take them too long. It's just a matter of getting the artwork done. They've got the code,
That's true. Yeah, I mean it's stuff. But there's going to be a lot of art resources needed for the PvP UI. They got to make all those icons for every single skill. They got to do art for all kinds of stuff for PvP.
Yeah. It's interesting. I wonder how far along they are on those pets right now.
Which ones?
On the yellow pets.
I don't think they've started any of them.
On the artwork, I think they have. I think they did that a lot.
Why would they? They've been working on the green one. They just got the green ones done. Why would they have yellow ones done?
Well, so when I talked to Cinnamon Bun,
you've got like inside like talks with the staff. Yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about.
They were basically done with the green egg pet art back in November.
Yeah.
And I think they had already started on some of the yellow egg pet art, but I could be wrong. I don't remember specifically.
Okay.
I thought I remember asking him that. I'm almost certain I asked him. Now I'm trying to remember what he said, but I just remember thinking it won't take forever for the yellow pets to follow, but the gold pets might be a little bit longer. What do you think the gold pet benefit will be?
That's like, man, that's been so mysterious like this whole time. Like
Right.
the freaking gold eggs. For a while, people thought they were hero eggs because of some like words in the code. But then they changed, like they made it really obvious by putting a pet picture on the gold egg. So that I think they moved away from that. But yeah, I think it's, for a while there, I even thought maybe the gold eggs were going to be some kind of like integration with other like outside NFT projects. Like you would hatch a gold egg and it would give you some like non-DFK like NFT or something, like with a partnership. But I feel like it's probably going to be more like I don't know, maybe like a wild, you know, it can give you any kind of pet. Maybe like a gold egg will be like, it can hatch any four of the professions.
Yep.
Plus it's going to have some other benefit where like you can get like, it'll be like better chances at getting like mythics or something. I don't know, but it's going to be probably something like that is my guess.
Yeah. I don't see all of the tokens moving to $10. I think token price will scale depending on map and playability. So here's what I believe about the ecosystem. Part of the reason why, you know, when I talk about tiers, okay, I'm thinking, okay, back to that conversation with Brown Jim I was having last night. First of all, we have our players that are actually active in the game right now. I think with the players we have actually active in the game, there's definitely several that are like ready to take some profits, and maybe even some that are wanting to get out of the game altogether. And that's understandable, because especially if this is your first bear market, and this isn't my first bear market at all, and it's still brutal. I mean,
some people aren't cut out to see how the sausage is made.
Right. But I just know that it still could fail and it's still a risk. But I know that the biggest thing is you follow the fundamentals of a project in the direction they're heading. The fundamentals couldn't be better. The direction couldn't be better. There's not a whole lot of things that could be better about this except the sentiment. Okay. And so I'm holding out, and I'm going to keep holding out, and I'll sink or I'll freaking destroy, you know, one of the two. And so
I'm with you, man. Like if I believe in something, I ride or die. I'll ride it to zero or, you know, rejoice when it succeeds.
Yes, it's true ride or die for me. I mean, that's a saying, but it's really ride or die, you know, or whatever it is for me. Okay. So this is such an egregiously depressed economy and ecosystem, this game, unlike anything by far by 10 million miles that I've ever seen in all of crypto. Like if I would be saying the same thing if Jewel was in the top 300 or 200 on the market cap, let alone barely in the top 700. And so I think the quality of this project is easily currently right now, as we speak, as it is easily a top 100, if not a top 50 project.
Yeah.
Quality, everything. It's one missing key, on my opinion, like just plug the power cord into the wall. And that's the hype factor, you know, the charismatic factor that Charles factor.
You know what I think it needs as well is time.
Sure.
Because they're less than a year ago, there was severe negative impacts to this ecosystem and game.
Yeah.
You know, all the FUD and the Harmony hack and everything, all that stuff. And sometimes it just takes enough time to get that stuff behind you before you can really, you know, start a new era. And I just think that's another component in addition to what you're saying with the hype.
That's a good point. And then the time will come when the time will come. And that's how it is with crypto. And then it comes. And if you sold out and tried to swing trade and do stuff and you miss that day, that literally could be like, I think what are the stats? Like with Bitcoin, if you miss the top 8 days of gaining, you've missed like half of the gain or something like that. If you were to buy in at 1 penny Bitcoin or less than a penny Bitcoin, okay, and then you're trying to swing trade it, most people get wrecked by doing that. And then if you miss the 8 largest days of gain, okay, by making the wrong call on trying to swing trade, you miss half. Can you imagine? And that might be exaggerated. I don't know. Totally speaking straight out of my rear end. But you miss a huge chunk. You didn't, instead of doing 1 million or 80 million X, literally 80 million X.
I don't even understand that number.
Yeah, you've done 40 million X. I guess you're still doing all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
But
yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like patience is valuable.
Yeah. So just buy and hold, because most people, but some people are great traders and you actually do win. But that's only less than 5% of the traders actually make more money than people that just buy and hold.
Yeah, if you want to like do that full time, then go for it. You might get like a little 10% like edge, but I don't want to do that full time.
I know, and you could literally like 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, like a crypto lifer, disciplined style. Yeah, and I would have fun doing it. But you gotta count the cost ahead of time and make the call and be all in if you're going to be a trader. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're trying to time the markets and this and that, okay, especially in an ecosystem like this, in the blink of an eye with the low liquidity, it just takes one guy, for example, coming in and buying $1 million worth of Jewel, let alone $10 million worth of Jewel or more. Yeah. To just adios. You're left in the dust.
Man, I should do that right now. Let me see how much cash I got. Let's send it to the moon, dude.
Right.
Let's put our money together.
Like it really $1 million. So we have buys and sells all day long of $50 million here and $100 million here with all kinds of projects out there.
Yeah.
Especially Bitcoin, but also with Ethereum and different projects. I mean, those types of buys and sells happen like all day long, like nothing. $1 million in this, see ya, you're left in the dust. And so what I'm saying with the tiers thing, okay, is that let's start with what Brown Gent was saying, okay, where you only have the people currently active in the game. I think there's enough potential. There's definitely some people that will leave the game and sell out and sell everything and take profits and go.
There's always people leaving. There's always people coming.
Yeah. And so, but I still think there's enough people in the game that when it's like, okay, we've kind of marked that bottom and it's go time, there will be enough money being injected into the game net to pump tiers up to 3 to 5 cents easy in my mind. Okay.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah. And then, okay, to me with like, that's something bad's got to happen for that not to happen in my mind. When that happens, the sentiment will be very high. And I think there's a ton, I'm talking thousands or even tens of thousands of people who are sleeping. Okay, but they were in the game. Previous players, your Faulty Pokers, your Climb Cryptos, whoever else, who are sleeping in the game. Maybe even you could kind of put Tosh in that, but Tosh is still kind of teetering in and out of the game. He's still in.
He's on his way back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and people like that. And kind of when they see the fundamentals of the project, they're going to get excited about it again. And they're going to be aping back in. And that will easily, in my mind, over the span of a month-ish. Okay, once these events start, it just kind of start. This is how crypto goes. That'll easily pump the price of tiers in my mind. And again, I could be crazy. I'm a guy that's lost millions of dollars in crypto sitting in his house. I could be totally wrong, but easily to a 10 to 20 cent mark, which then the effect of that will pump the value of heroes and everything else. And I think a big part of that is because I think that pets, common pets specifically, because that's kind of what we need to address. Like sort of that's the fine line here of the blade. We're walking on a.
So that's where you lost me there, is when you said we'll go to 10 to 20 cent tiers.
Okay.
Because that's where I don't think we'll get that high. Just so like what? So I guess I don't see like more people. So you're saying more people will come in, and that's what's going to cause tiers to go up that high. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I think there'll be enough new money coming into the game from the previous people, which was at the all-time high was 55,000 daily active users. Okay.
So the only way, so I agree with you that it could go that high if there's so many users that everything pumps that much. Like we're talking like, what you were saying before, like Crystal and Jade is up to like between 50 cents and $1. Like if the whole ecosystem is pumping in USDC terms, then I could see tiers going up that high, but not otherwise.
And so, okay. So when that starts, so I'm saying, okay, when that starts happening, that's when your Georges start talking about it again, and your crypto banters and hustle. Okay. And then it'll start bringing in and
runaway train,
another influx of new players. But it starts with that initial push up to 3 to 5 cents.
Dude, it starts with Richard Kimball.
Yes.
This guy's buying like tons of heroes right now. What's going on here?
Dude.
This guy's on a shopping spree.
Dude. Doug, maybe here in a bit, there's some things that you're going to be a little bit lost on with this man. And I want to make sure, because I didn't want to be on this thing forever. Like, what's your sleeping schedule like? Where do you live, my man?
I live on West Coast, so it's only 12:30 here.
Okay. So that's not terrible. Okay.
It's past my bedtime, but I'm doing good.
Yeah. So it's like a snowball effect. And it starts with the fundamental like breakthrough moments in the game. So I think when the Profession 10, and I say breakthrough moments in the game, there was breakthrough moments, for example, with Polygon. First, it got listed on Coinbase, but also it really got that partnership with Aave and was like a true layer 2 Ethereum. And when that actually happened and you could go in the protocol and actually use it and do stuff and send your money out of Ethereum and start kind of living in there, that's when it blasted off to the moon and you were left in the dust so fast. Same with Luna and different things. It was just like, look out when the different things happen in the ecosystem that aren't just hype. So hype, you got to have kind of everything running on all cylinders. And so in this case, DFK, I think, is a sleeping giant in that when the fundamentals start hitting in these I think this diamond contract they've reworked even the Profession 0 level questing.
Yeah.
Everything's going to change.
The whole thing. Yeah.
The whole thing's reworked. It's going to be a massive update. Okay. Yeah. So that's going to hit. And it's going to be such a big update. The sentiment, I think, is going to go up in the ecosystem.
I would love it.
Yes. And so then it's going to cause a lot of people, I think, are still sleeping in the sidelines, like your Tosh type guys. And even Claim Crypto, he's still like thumbs up DFK. I don't think he's anti DFK at all. He's still like team DFK for the most part, as far as I know. And that'll pique his interest. Like, whoa, look at all this stuff going. We got combat testing and training. Like, they already made an update today on the combat testing as far as it works better now. There's not as much like errors happening.
You know, I feel like there's a whole bunch of people that like are sitting on the sidelines with cash that are smarter than I am and have been through this multiple times. And they knew to get out when the Fed pivoted, and I didn't know that yet because I'm not as versed in this stuff. And all those people are just waiting for this time, which is coming up very soon because the Fed is just now turning the corner, you know, like one more hike and then they're done kind of situation. And then everything's just going to go the other way.
Definitely, like even outside this ecosystem and maybe inside, because the problem with that is when that happened, DFK was already demolished, you know, like
for other reasons.
We had Gen Zeros going for $1,800. We had, or $1,500 even at the low, maybe for a hot minute, like when the bridge hack happened.
Yeah.
It was just chaos. And so that's
when I was getting my first ones.
Oh my gosh, that's smart. And I bought up a ton of heroes at that time, but I had already lost all my value from the gardens.
Yeah.
Because from the bridge hack, I got so wrecked. I didn't know what to do. So I just bought up a bunch of heroes.
It was chaos.
Yeah. And so that's what made it tricky, was that this ecosystem is sort of like an ecosystem of its own. Yes, it does follow the fundamentals of the larger crypto economy, but it also is kind of its own animal. Like Bitcoin has doubled and Ethereum has more than doubled since November when the FTX crashed, but we haven't seen this ecosystem at all. This ecosystem has gone down. Like Jewel did get down to like 13, 14 cents. And I bought pretty heavy. I remember there. So that was good.
Yeah.
And
I think it's important to remember too, though, like when people see that, it's important to remember that it's not just Jewel. Like we think about it like that. Like Jewel is not pumping with Bitcoin. Well, like look at everything else too. It's not just a Jewel versus Bitcoin. It's a Bitcoin and Ethereum blue chips versus the rest of everything, except for a couple things which people are pumping because they're new and hot.
That's right. That's exactly right. And it's tricky. So this is kind of how I see it playing out in the bullish scenario that I believe is coming hard and fast real soon in this ecosystem. Is it kind of starts with this Profession 10 upgrade of the diamond contracts and all the profession quests. We'll even be able to use the pets for Profession 0 quests, which I didn't know about originally. Okay. And I think for a lot of us, it might even be worth just, even if in some cases we have that common hero to throw on the common pet, even though it may not pay off right away, he'll be getting more XP, which that will pay off faster. It's like getting stamp pots, sort of. And then we'll be able to throw on power-ups also. Yeah. Okay. And then all the egg hatching, 15% of the jade and or crystal used in that automatically buys jewels. So as we use our jade and crystal, it pumps jewel.
Yeah, pump my jeweler rewards, man. Let's do it.
Yeah. Which creates 15% sell pressure on jade and crystal, but also 5% of that is burned. Some of it goes to the team, some of it goes to the gardens rewards, some of it goes to the jeweler, like sold into jewel and goes to the jeweler. That's what funds the jeweler. So it's bullish on jade and crystal, but not as much, obviously, and that'll take a while especially for crystal. Jade and crystal is what I meant to say. Crystal is going to have a lot of influx coming, and it's already started, and we've seen that reflected in the price. Jewels had that all along. We've had that heavy jewel from day one that's been being pumped into the market. But Crystal, we haven't seen that 125 million yet, and it's just starting, and we see it dumping. Okay, so, but that's going to be a lot of tears being burned at a conservatively. I think a good number of those green eggs are going to be hatched. How many? Like, I'd be surprised if, like, in let's say the first week or so, I'd be surprised if 50% of them or so weren't hatched. What do you think there? Is that over?
50% of the green eggs in 1 week?
Yeah, the first week it launches. Is that an overstatement, you think?
I don't think it'll be that much, no.
You don't? Okay.
Maybe a quarter at the most.
A quarter, 25%. Okay.
At the most.
Well, okay. But let's say you're sitting here like a guy like me sitting, and I could have a pet let's just say my average hero is at level 10, which is probably about true. And even if it's a common hero and I throw a common pet on, let's just say, maybe this is a big overstatement, but I can double the output that I'm getting by adding that pet on. Okay.
For just your gardeners, because we're just talking green pets?
Yeah, well, and I'm going to kind of say that for all heroes, but on average, I'll be able to, because I think the team is going to make the pets worthwhile in the same way that they've made that a common hero is worth owning, for a lot of people that are having jobbers or whatever. I think in the same way, the common pet is also going to be worth owning.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree on that, but I would say, like, look at it the other way. Like, don't look at the total, like, token count of green eggs in the ecosystem.
Okay.
Think about it the other way around of, okay, how many people are actively playing the game right now? How many eggs do you think each of those people would hatch? So let's just be generous and say there's 1,000 people that actively will be, like, they're so active that they're going to be active in the first week.
Yeah.
It's going to be less than 1,000 people probably, right?
Yeah.
And how many is each of those people going to hatch? Just say an average of 10 pets for each of those people. That's 10,000.
Oh man, I would say an average at least of 100.
Not everybody has like 1,000 heroes.
Sure, that's true. But then the people at the top, your Vilvies, your King Bakas.
Yeah.
As long as, I'm starting to wonder if one of those monsters, what's that other guy, Harambe?
Yeah.
I'm starting to wonder if one of those guys have lost faith in DFK and they're trying to get out of the game.
I think they're just quiet. There's a lot of people in this game that are really big and just quiet.
Yeah, most of them are. Most of the big dogs like that. But I'm kind of wondering. I know King Baka is still hard in it because I see his Twitter.
And he's not a quiet person. Like he's one of the big people that are not quiet.
Yeah, and I don't think Vilvi's out. And Vilvi's got 10,000 plus heroes. Who knows? Could even be like 20,000 for all I know. Like
that's insane. Like
insane.
That person has always been the biggest whale. I think is the biggest hero whale, at least.
Well, she's not.
Really?
She barely squeaks into the top 5. I think actually.
Well, like against like the Exern wallet or something.
No, against King Baka, I think is actually number 1.
Really? I didn't know he had such like a fleet. I thought he was just kind of like a quality hero person.
Somewhere in between 20 and 30,000 heroes.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
So
I need to stock people's wallets more often.
Right. So if I'm sitting in King Baka's shoes, Vilvi's shoes, just your top 5 people probably own 50% of the eggs. I'm not anywhere near the top 5 with 1,800 heroes. Okay. And I've got... And my thoughts are, if I'm sitting there evaluating, okay, if I still believe in the fundamentals of the game, okay, I do need to take some profits at some point. I probably want to trim down my hero count some, and maybe they do too. But at the same time, you can't. Like, I can only sell so many heroes, because otherwise, when I start selling even my items, the whole market crashes. It's like, and when I stop selling, the whole market pumps. And I'm just one guy. It's like nuts. I don't know why.
Not enough liquidity, huh?
Yeah, just so that's where those people do hold. And I'm a peanut compared to, I think, some of the real big dogs, like especially King Baka, Harambe. Like Harambe did, it was like, I don't know between all his wallets. I don't even know, but between his top few wallets, he did like 1,500 summons just for the Serendale summon event.
Yeah. Keep in mind, there's two big Harambes though, right? There's two people that have the same name.
But the Harambe that I know, he's not a big whale at all. Okay. So there was Harambe number 1 and then Harambe like number 4. And they were the like two. He had 2 wallets in the top 4.
Yeah.
For summoning, and then if you go down, you could find some more Harambes in there. And who knows how, like Vilvi has 100 wallets at least that I know of in the game.
That's insane.
And so, and I have no idea what she's up to in hero count. Okay, so it's just those like top 5 actual human beings in the game that probably have at least 50% of those green eggs, at least.
Yeah, that makes me feel not so bad for having I have like less than 500 heroes, and I feel like I have too much. Makes me feel not so bad.
Yeah, so it's nuts. I remember when I first got in the game, I thought I was one of the top dogs, and then I'm talking to Vilvi. And she tells me at that time she had like 67 wallets. And I just like.
How do you even keep track of that?
She does it somehow.
Yeah.
So in my case, I've got 450 gardeners. And I'll probably eventually, over this I'll probably be getting closer to 200 green eggs. But right now it's more like 180. Ish. Actually, I sold a few today because I needed the jewel. So maybe I've got like 190 green eggs. I can't imagine me not hatching all of those. And then wanting to hatch more for some other gardeners. And
but in the first week, are you just gonna hatch them all right away, or are you going to see tiers pumping and maybe you don't have enough to hatch them all right away, and you're just going to kind of wait a few weeks and hatch more later?
Well, but if tiers are pumping and then the pet can double my output of tiers, that's the tug and pull here.
Yeah, but that's a delayed effect, right? Like if you hatch a whole bunch of, you pay out the hind, you pay out the rear end for a bunch of expensive tiers to get all your pets right now, and then you attach those to your heroes and send them out questing, and then they're pulling in more tiers, but it takes you like weeks and weeks to get enough to make it matter, and by then the tiers are cheaper anyway. Did you really make enough to justify that? Well,
but see, in my mind right now, it's cheap to do it now because the economy, we only have 1,000 or less players in the game.
Yeah.
So in my mind, what happens when people start coming back into the game? There's no telling where tiers can go, in my mind. So this is part of the dilemma. If I knock it out fast, especially I have the Jade, and I've been trying to accumulate tiers, but what I've been doing is just hatching all my gray and blue eggs.
I'm trying to accumulate, but I want to hatch eggs.
I still have a ton of gray and blue eggs. So I'll be, I think, using a lot of those pets for both my gardeners and especially for my miners.
Yeah.
To get more tiers so I can hatch more eggs. And then by the time all of that shakes out, there's going to be more updates. There's going to be more PvP updates. There's going to be more stuff coming. And then we'll have people like Sandwich Punch who bought up at like live while we were live on air.
700 stamp pots.
700, and he had already just used up. He had already sent that guy up to level 14. Like one of his guys had just gone up. He had already done that. And so that's just one guy.
Yeah.
Imagine your King Bakas out there and you're wanting to have these PvP monsters. And there's quite a few Mythic Squad-esque type degens. As the sentiment grows, there's going to be more dark summoning. There's going to be more regular summoning, which costs in tiers because we want more heroes. The hero floor, I think, is going to go up to get more tiers. Okay. And as that happens, there's going to be more heroes being summoned, which then will create more demand for more pets even as well to get them leveled up faster to get. And I think there'll be a good power up. There'll be incentive. I think there'll be enough incentive to have the pets. Okay. And there's just, in my mind, it makes my head spin. As long as the pet utility's there. So it kind of hinges on that.
So what's the catalyst for all that? Like, I feel like the catalyst for all this really happening, like, yes, things will spike a little bit. Like when we get the pet utility, like people are going to be really excited about that. And that might be the thing that kind of starts things going.
Mm-hmm.
But in order to really get the engine of the ecosystem going, I feel like it's going to be when we kind of see the next evolution of this combat testing to where we're not just fighting blubs and they've done enough features and updates to it where they're like, okay, now we're releasing the first thing where you can fight other players.
Yeah, other players and also kind of like how duels is.
Yeah,
you can actually earn XP, but I think the pet utility, like, there's so many people out there that even like your faulty poker type guys that's never been able to apply their pets yet. And once they're able to, it just adds sentiment into the game, and it's like a snowball effect. And this is where I'm kind of saying it happens fast.
Yeah. It goes back to what you were saying with the, if you were in 8 days of the Bitcoin, certain 8 days, and it's like, I mean, it's like you want to be, it's like we're in the situation now. Like you gotta either be able to see the future or be comfortable with sitting in a thing that feels dead right now, so that you can be in when it's not dead.
Yeah, because it's so not dead. That's what's so wild to me is it's so bullish. It's so bullish even now on the hype train fundamental side of things because of the TV show. There's another thing that I cannot share. Not even the team knows.
Dude, you keep saying that. It's such a tease. It's like I can't hear you say that ever again.
I know.
Because I'm always like, oh God, what does he know? What does fucking Grady Gamble know? Damn it, I want to know.
Let me just tell you, it's just really bullish.
Bleep. I'm going to bleep you. You got a bleep button?
And so the fundamentals on so many different fronts, okay, it's such an anomaly to me.
Yeah.
Because it should be, the adoption should be so high.
Doesn't that make you feel so lucky? Like,
it does. It's like
to know that and be in it and just sit back and wait.
Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So it literally hurts my heart. I lose sleep at night as I see, and then I wake up and I see the sentiment still being so down.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to come soon enough. It really will. And so, and then on top of that, we've got the TV show that I think could just be a monster. And so there's a lot of eyes. You even have George kind of mention it here. And so people have been hearing about DeFi Kingdoms, but that doesn't necessarily translate into action. It takes time.
Yeah.
And so when it takes fundamental catalyst of the development happening, such as these new diamond contracts, the pet utility, the PvP, and so it's like, we're going to have people stam potting. We're going to have people dark summoning. We're going to have people, the sentiment, and then that snowball is just going to keep growing. And so kind of my thought is right now, if I can dollar cost average into some tiers, like I keep watching the tiers price all day, every day.
Yeah.
You know, and as they dip, as they've been still dipping today, they were at 12 cents last night. Now they're at 11 cents.
They're going down to that 1 cent
mean,
equilibrium point, right?
Yeah. And I keep saying 12 cents. I mean 1.2 cents.
Yeah.
And 1.1 cents. Okay. So, okay, just 4 to 6K at green eggs week 1. No way. Come on now.
That's so realistic.
That's how many eggs were hatched a year ago? This is like right at a year ago when this stuff went live, right?
Totally different universe.
Yeah, it was. But what percentage of the eggs? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I wonder.
I didn't even know I didn't even know how to look at how many eggs there were back then. I was clueless.
Yeah. I think there were ways, but I think it'll be a good 50%. But I think that'll be mainly driven by your top players that own probably more than 50% of all the heroes in the game. Your top 1% in this game probably own 50% of all the heroes, all the eggs, all the tiers.
Here's a question for you though. Like those top players that are going to hatch most of the eggs, do you think they're smart enough to already have the tiers they need?
Yes.
Or do you think they're going to wait till the last minute and buy them all when they're super expensive?
Several people have told me they've just been holding on to their tiers. They've got 200,000 tiers.
So those people are not buy pressure for tiers.
Right. They're not buy pressure, but they plan on still using them.
Which will not affect the price.
So it will take them out of circulation.
Right.
Now, I am worried that maybe a couple of these big dog whales might be burnt out and ready to get out. And that might be part of what we've been seeing here lately with everything just crashing down so hard. But I don't think so. There's not any that I know of. There's not any big dogs that I know of that are faint of heart in the game and want to get out. But it wouldn't surprise me. So there could be some big dog out there that owns 1 million tiers and he's ready to dump the crap out of them. That is possible for sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's any people like that. I think there is people that are sitting on tiers that are happy to take profits on them, but they're not necessarily wanting to leave, but they're they were smart and got a bunch when they were cheap, and they're sitting and waiting for that time when they pump the most and into it.
I mean, as far as like all the ones that I know of, Harambe, King Baka, Vilvi, guys like O'Cool.
O'Cool's a legend, man.
He is a freaking legend. But they've lost a lot of money in the game.
Can you imagine? I remember back in the day, when they had that contest of like first person to level 10 or whatever, and O'Cool was going for it, and I'm like, these people are crazy trying to go for this, and like, turns out that was a great idea. Free Gen Zero, dude.
Yeah, that paid off for me. Winning those Gen Zeros and you won one. Hey, and I bought one from you. That's right. One of my pairs. One of my Gen Zero pairs is because I bought one from you, right?
I don't remember that.
It wasn't like a knockout pair, but 2 of the abilities lined up, and I was having so much trouble finding good pairs I was like,
yeah, I did sell a couple and buy a couple other, and like I'm just like sitting in a really good set right now.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of like, I was in the exact same boat as you. Like I got totally shafted on the Crystalvale and didn't get any Berserker Seer Gen Zeros, but then the Serendale thing came around and it all hit for me, and I won a couple.
Yeah, man. I think I bought. Did you have the? You didn't have that Legionnaire, did you?
What's the number?
I think I bought 112.
That's not mine.
Yeah,
mine?
I think I bought. Hang on, let's find. I think I bought a Legionnaire. Could have been a Scholar, but I think it was a Legionnaire that I bought from you.
It might have been. I did sell a Legionnaire.
Okay, and we were chatting
I would have
about
noticed if you bought it.
We did it like just between us. Okay, we were chatting about it, and I think it was this foraging one.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I
think I forgot because I was trading so many Gen Zeros at that time. I like forgot who I traded with.
Yeah. And so I've got a foraging Legionnaire combined with a foraging Scholar, where two of the abilities line up.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me. I remember that.
And I kind of sent. I remember I sent you the pair. Okay.
Yeah.
So pending that the top 1% don't get wet feet on the game and are ready to get out, which that's a risk. That's kind of where I think they're going to be and also pending my theory, which I'm saying this is a theory, but my theory is that common pets are still going to be worth it. That's like for level 5 and up.
If attached to a high enough level hero.
Yeah. For like, I'm going to say like level 5 and up, but even at level 1, I'll probably just want to throw a pet on there to function as like a stam pot.
Yeah.
I know I'm eating a little cost by feeding the pet. Okay. Probably.
The only question will be is attaching 2 common pets to a level 10 hero going to be more valuable than just buying another floor hero and getting the return of that? That'll be the question.
Yeah. Right. And I think a pet will have a similar value to a hero. That's my thoughts. And I could be way off on that.
I think it depends on the pet. Like,
yeah, I think
legendary mythic, yeah.
Like a common 1-star pet will have a similar value to a common basic hero with no advanced abilities. Okay, like
pets are equipment though. Like they're secondary to heroes.
Yeah, they are. You're right. So I could be wrong, but I just think they're gonna make it worth it enough.
Yeah.
To where we want the common pets and not just throw them away or burn them. Yeah, I mean,
it's weird. Yeah, like the economy is kind of imbalanced right now because like burning a pet doesn't make sense because it costs so freaking much in tiers to make one.
Right. So that'll take a long time to make that. I was surprised Brown Gent mentioned that because it used to kind of be worth it to do that.
Yeah, there was a time where I remember a time in the market where I was like, there were times where I would go and buy the pet floor and burn them because it was worth it to burn them and sell the egg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look, Dr. J, baby, he's been saving those mats.
He's ready to feed his pets.
He's ready. And that might really pay off. Kind of in the same way, back in August, I bought up 100,000 tiers for like nothing. I just remember being jaw-dropped that how worthless tier. And in my mind, I was like, man, tiers are just literally worthless. I remember saying to myself.
I did the same thing too. I just sold them a little too early. Not as early as you, but I did sell them a little too early.
Because they just didn't do anything for months.
Yeah.
You know, and then I did use a lot of them too to hatch a ton of eggs. Like when I brought the Mythic Squad on, that's when I ran out of those tiers. And I hatched 100 and how many tiers to hatch 100 and we'll just say 15 eggs times 200.
That's a lot, dude.
That's just 23,000.
23,000.
That's when I ran out. And I had to I don't think I had to buy anymore, actually. But I was just about out of tiers. So I had sold or used about 75,000 of those tiers leading up to that moment.
Yeah.
And that was like a month too soon or so, or 2 months. Okay. So I'm still walking down my thought process from my conversation last night I was having with the brown gent.
Okay.
Which I didn't, I knew he didn't, I didn't want to keep him on too long, you know, and debate too long.
You robbed him of any little sleep he could have got.
I know. I wanted him to get everything he wanted to say off his chest and get to bed.
It was so funny to see him like, it was so funny to see him on with you, like having just rolled out of bed, obviously. And he was just like, you know, like a little sleepy eyed and, you know, still like hammering home with the solid points.
Yeah. Yeah. I wanted him to get everything off his chest. He wanted to get off knowing I would kind of have the last word, you know, after he got off. So,
yeah.
He was like for 5 minutes. And how long was he on? Probably for 30 minutes or something.
At least.
Yeah. So he probably slept like an hour and a half and he had to travel today. I don't know how he does it. I mean, he's just a freaking machine.
He was just going to play Magic, right? It's all good.
Yeah, that's true. But okay. So I do think there will be a net increase of people injecting new money into the game. I think there'll be a massive decrease of sell pressure on these items, specifically tiers.
Yes.
Okay. Massive decrease of sell pressure because people will be using them more than right now. It's like a ton of sell pressure on tiers.
Yeah.
And so.
Yeah. I think the only place that we differ is that like, I think it will be delayed enough that it will be more leveled out than I think it will be smoothed out enough that like things aren't going to spike so much that we're going to see like 10 or 20 cent tiers. I just think that's unrealistic.
And that's totally fair. So, okay.
But neither of us can see the future. And
no, we can't.
This is all based on so many butterfly effects that we don't know.
I know. But I kind of think what might happen is some people will be selling. And so there will be a shakeout period in between that 3 and 5 cent, or I'll even say 2 to 5 cent marker in that range.
Yeah, I mean, look at what happens now, right? Like we see spikes right now. You know, things go up to 2 cents, and people are like selling their bags into that shit and driving it back down to a penny.
Yeah,
like that happens right now. I mean, yes, those people that are selling into that could run out maybe, and that causes it to go higher. But
well, isn't it the last time it hit 2 cents or anywhere near? We were all anticipating the green egg hatch, right? Isn't that? And then we kept getting delays. That was even when I was like, oh shit, I need to get my liquidity out of there.
Yeah, that might have been like the hype around like ETH Denver and people seeing the pictures of the llamas and stuff.
Well, or I want to say it was around, I remember leading up to the $100 challenge.
Oh yeah.
This is when I was like in this massive dilemma. Before that started, and then after it started, I didn't know what the hell to do. And I was like frozen. And so remember, I was like way late in getting into that. So I just didn't know what the hell to do. And so I was like, screw it.
Buy eggs and tears.
I'm busy. I'm just going to bank that by the end of February, because it started at the beginning of February, right? I think. That's not right. I think it started at the beginning or like at the end of January. I was like, or maybe it started at the beginning of it started at the end of February. That's
February 2nd. Started February.
Okay. So I thought to myself, by the end of February, I'm just going to bank that green eggs come out.
Yeah.
And
then the team pivoted and started working on PvP instead.
Yeah, which I'll take that trade-off any day. How about you? What'd you think of that?
You know what? It's funny. Like, I don't actually care that much about PvP. So in my opinion, like, it's better for the ecosystem. But for me, IOSCode / Mellow Green Giant, I actually care more about the profession level 10 and pets.
That's me. I actually think that's what's actually better for the ecosystem.
Oh, really?
Because
there's so many people that care about like PvP though. It's like such a core big thing. That's like such a big attractor.
It is, but I'm like you. I'm all in. I love the economy of the game. I think it's so brilliant. And so that's what I've been most excited about for the longest of times. Yeah. So I'm actually most excited about the pet utility. And I think, and so all the work they've done in reworking these contracts, it's going to be a big update, man. Like, it's going to be big. So huge. The whole profession quests are going to look so different. I mean, I doubt the artwork looks too different, but it's going to be how are we going to pair the pet to the hero? Like, how's that going to shake out?
Yeah, there's probably going to be a completely separate interface, right? Because it's not something you're going to pick on the quest. It's going to be something that, like, in a different area, you like set up your hero with a pet, and then from that point forward, whether you go on quests with that hero or go into combat with that hero, it has that pet with it.
Yeah, and that'll be like, it'll be just so interesting. And then the diamond contracts and all that. That's just that's going to be probably the biggest update we've ever seen in the game, I think. Thoughts on that?
Biggest update ever. Maybe.
That's been my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, everything, they try to do things pretty iterative.
Yeah. And so what TuneFed is saying here is certainly going to be my approach for Dragon's Crossing, is to really be that kind of go-between. I'm going to be like in between the community and the team, and I'll be a conduit for people and all the feedback, and I'll be going to the team with all the feedback as like a community person who doesn't know the alpha. But the initial planning of the alpha, I'll get some feedback into that, and even some feedback from the community into that. I'll be helping the community will have a say even on the direction of the game, which I'm so excited about, which I think, I understand why DeFi Kingdoms probably can't necessarily go that route, but I'm going to do my best to always go that route with that project as like a foundational piece of the project. And they really want, one thing that's really cool about that project is they want the community feedback. They're going to feed off the community feedback and their suggestions and ideas.
I mean, I think that's definitely an element to both projects. I'm really interested to see kind of like how this Dragon's Crossing plays out. It's kind of a different model, and it's really interesting to see where it goes and how it works out. They're just taking a different approach on different things, and I mean, it's a new space, so it's really cool to see different approaches and see how they turn out.
It is. There's only the community, they hear so many different takes.
Yeah.
And it's like there's so many voices out there suggesting things. Most projects
gotta be filtered.
Most projects just block it out completely.
Yeah.
Okay. So at least we have we have a voice for sure still. Like, for example, the Dark Summoning, I remember being like, dang, it came out so fast. Like I was hoping, but I still reached out to Hubert and he responded. Like, he still at least heard me out.
Yeah.
So you don't get that anywhere else in crypto that I know of at all. So
yeah, I mean, they're always chatting with the community. It's amazing.
It's amazing. DeFi Kingdoms does so much better than anything else I've ever seen. But I do want to take it to this type of a level, to where with Dragon's Crossing, I think there will be obviously some things where they have to just kind of say, no, sorry, they're doing their thing, they're grinding, and they're developing what they're developing. That's fine.
Yeah.
But at least, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing, and that is I have a poster, and it says, none of us is as dumb as all of us. And it is a warning to say that, like, sometimes the wisdom of crowds is good, but sometimes it's bad.
It's bad.
And you can't just listen to everything and take all feedback and do it.
No,
there's definitely people that need to be ignored, and there's a filter there that needs to happen.
Yep. And so what happens is most people can't handle all the chaos and trying to get community feedback with stuff. And so they just block it out altogether, which is usually kind of what you have to do. And that's why you got to pick the teams that you believe in and their heart and their direction and their conviction, because rarely do we have an opportunity to have a voice in anything out there in the world, period. But if there's a way that a team can do it, and I think DeFi Kingdoms does a real good job of this, to where they still listen, but they're still blocking off a lot of it, and they kind of need to. I think that's a pretty fair.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much you could take in, and but I mean, it's really nice to see when it is taken in, and it actually has an impact.
Yep.
And sometimes it happens too late after people feel like they weren't heard, but it still happens.
I agree. I'm with TuneFed here. So this is why I think there's going to be a lot of egg hatching when we can actually use the pets. Just look at how many eggs have been hatched
with no utility, and
we can't do a thing with them. It's
yeah.
So how many eggs have been hatched? It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah. And that's another thing to consider, is like there's all these pets sitting out there just waiting to be used, which is kind of like sell pressure in a way. You know, it's stuff just sitting there that's like, you know, it equates to new pets not needing to be hatched because we already have a bunch of pets we hatched that aren't being used.
Well, that's a good point, but here's my pushback to that. So I love these conversations. So I'm glad you threw that one out there. Because we've got, what are we up to now? 70,000 pets sitting out there? Something like that?
No idea.
I'm pretty sure it's somewhere around there.
Okay.
It was like 65,000 like a month ago. So maybe we're up to 70 to 75,000 would be my guess. But I don't think there's been a ton of hatching happening. So probably more like 70,000, both fishing and foraging pets. Okay. And we're now up to close to 70,000 gray and blue eggs, which the egg increase is catching up to the number of pets, I think, right now. That's why we see the value of eggs dropping so hard. Here's the thing, though. As long as the pets are paying off, similar to a hero, I would say, right now, okay, as long as that's the case, and then if we're going to be able to send our miners foraging and fishing and some of our gardeners,
that'd be kind of nice.
That's going to be massive.
Reduce some of that wallet sprawl.
Oh, that's going to be nuts. And a lot of those pets that are currently alive are pets that there's a lot of pets that have been burned. So I burned personally, like probably at least 100 pets or more.
You monster.
Maybe 200 pets for all I know. Because back when it was worth it, I would try and sell the pet, okay, to get about half the egg, and then it was more of a pain, so I would just burn the 2 pets to get the egg, and it was just about the same price.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, buddy.
I'm worried about Doug here. Did Doug get hacked?
No. What?
Is he making? What's going on here?
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
All right.
I think I need help figuring out how to create an all new MetaMask after mine was hacked. Doug, you got in the past.
Oh, a long time ago?
Today or something. Okay, Doug, we'll talk. We'll do it. Dewey War, baby. Yeah, I think pets are only important to current players. It won't be attracting any new people. The combat systems are the only shiny new toy for a completely fresh investor player. What do you think about that?
I kind of get where they're coming from, but it's kind of like a moot point, right? Because if combat attracts the new players and combat is ready, if you want to be the best at combat, you need a pet, because everybody's going to be equipping a pet to be in combat. So it's kind of one thing follows the other anyway. So
yeah, and
the demand will still be there.
I'm referring to, so their Discord at one point had 120,000 people in the Discord, and I think there was over 50,000 people in the game that were actually had heroes questing.
Yeah.
At its height. And so I think there's thousands of people out there that it will Dewey War. I think not brand new people into the game, but people that have previously been in the game and were excited about it a year ago, 6 months ago, 9 months ago, and then faded out of the game, had enough, got out of it or whatever, but might still have some pets. When pet utility comes, I do think it'll be a game changer. And the number one thing that brings anybody into the ecosystem is the opportunity for gain. So a year ago, when everybody was FOMOing into this project, was because we thought it would flip Axie Infinity. And I still believe DeFi Kingdoms will someday flip Axie Infinity.
It's coming.
I believe it. And I love the team of Axie Infinity. By the way, a buddy of mine works for them now. Yeah. And so I believe in the team and I like Axie Infinity. I still believe this project, Axie Infinity, is a $1.2 billion project. Okay, we're a $20 million project. Let's take a look.
You got a ways to go.
Yeah. So that's where, isn't it AXS?
That's the main one.
Axie. What's going on? Huh. Okay. I'm loving Doug. It sounds like we need to chat. I'll help you with MetaMask all day long. Yeah. It's probably, though, Doug, MetaMask has been doing weird things to everyone. So it's probably nothing.
Man, hopefully he's not on Spectrum Internet Service Provider.
I have Spectrum.
Oh, really? Have you had those problems where like all your heroes disappear?
But I always have.
Oh, really?
Where it's just like weird. It's just glitchy. MetaMask, and I just learn how to work around it. Yeah,
that sucks.
Okay, I know what to do, but the problem is MetaMask sucks. Yes. Welcome to my world. It's like one of the best things a team could do is build an app and have an in-game wallet, like their own wallet.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
One thing, there's a lot of like new wallets coming out though, and like I don't know, it'll be interesting to see what happens with MetaMask. But like, There's a bunch of other wallets that like work great with all Ethereum chains and stuff. I've played with some of them, and they're kind of better.
Yeah. Oh, this is weird. See, now I don't even have CoinGecko working. What's going on here? Axie Infinity? Like, hello? Am I spelling it wrong or something? Huh. Okay, I definitely, yeah, I love the Kepler wallet. I love the Kepler wallet, TuneFed. Baby Cosmos.
I haven't tried that one. I tried the Core wallet from Avalanche. It works really good.
And Kepler, that's just primarily like a Cosmos ecosystem one, right? Yeah. Okay. Am I misspelling Axie? Hello, A-X. Golly, let me just look at my phone real quick. I just want to know. I think it's at like 1.2 billion market cap.
That's insane.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't even remember why, but like, you know, back when I was kind of like researching Web3 projects and games that I wanted to check out, I actually like installed the Ronin wallet, and I was going to check out Axie, and for some reason something turned me off. I just never got into it.
Yeah, same. I was trying to get into it, but yeah, it's at, okay, it's just short of $1 billion market cap now. It's at $8.44.
That's
and
crazy.
It's ranked 54th, you know, on the market cap. So I think this will flip that easy. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see like how much, because like the things that drive Jewel price up is, you know, very gradually gas price, you know, gas gets burned. Very gradually, it's also getting sell pressure from, you know, Jewel being sold to pay for development of the game. And then, you know, the centralized exchange listing will have some impact, and then power ups is the other thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
how much Jewel is locked right now? Do you know?
About 35 million.
Oh, that's all? I thought it was over 50. You know better than I do.
I just like see the Discord bot every once in a while. Maybe that's only one of the realms.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but I think it's yeah, 35.2 million Jewel deposited according to HeroBot. I assume that's both realms. That's quite a bit though, considering like the max supply is 125, right?
Right. So you see that right here? Oh gosh.
In Discord HeroBot.
I hate it when I always think I'm sharing my screen, but I'm not.
Yeah, right there, 35.2.
Oh yeah. Dang it. It went away.
1 million burned.
Oh, that's not on just one realm. That's both realms combined.
Yeah, it's probably both combined because there's not two separate ones.
Okay. Interesting. Why did I think it was over 50 million?
Maybe it was at some point. I mean, you know, you had that crazy person that like early withdrew and took out $1 million or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's possible. Or just people just went in for shorter.
Yeah.
Period. Okay.
I mean, it's like, why do you, I mean, the Gen 0 snapshots are over. Like, you know, there's only a few power ups. You know, why they talked about for a while that there would be other, you know, airdrops, but none of those have ever happened.
Okay. Interesting. No, that's good to know. I thought at one point it even got closer to 75 million. See, I need an IOSCode in my back pocket to keep me straight.
I can't fit in a pocket, dude. Come on.
Like, dude, you have no idea how much I would love to have you in my life more. You have no idea.
Dude, here we go. I'm almost 2 hours in your life right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we got to go to bed. Any other thoughts?
It's surreal to be on, on the Crypto Grady channel with you. Usually I'm just a spectator, so it's great.
Dude, so you are such a legend. For real. You're like Born to Die 007 level. Okay.
Dude, man, I interacted with Born to Die for the first time yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
Which was so cool because he wanted to integrate DFK Quester into DFK history.
Yeah.
And that dude was like, I'm at work right now, but I want to integrate this thing and have, DFK history pop up inside DFK Quester. And I'm like, cool, I'll do this thing to make it easier for you. And I sent it to him. And after I was done with my fiat job, and like 2 seconds later, he pings back to me, boom, it's done. Here it is. Check it out. Awesome, right?
He's nuts.
He's awesome. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it's cool. So like if you pop up DFK Quester, if you look at a hero in there, he's got like new links in there where you could just click on the hero and it'll bring up the history in my app.
Oh yeah, I know. So you click there, you flip
the DFK history link right there on the bottom, and it brings it up there.
Oh, this is your app.
Yeah, just embeds it right there in DFK Quester.
No way.
Yeah, he did that like, blink of an eye.
No freaking way.
I think there's another way where you can he actually has direct links to like the level history page and stuff, but that's if you have like the whole hero up with all of its different pages.
Wow, dude. Okay, events. How come I'm not in here as an owner? On there. Interesting.
Did you send this hero on the PJ?
No.
Okay, so the events tab is just like when the hero was summoned and any life events. So yeah, if you own it now, like you'll probably see your address in the leveling up tab or the summons tab maybe.
Oh.
And you can click on the address to reveal the like player name.
Yeah, this is me right here.
Yeah, just click on it real quick.
Okay.
Click on the address.
Oh,
boom, Crypto Grady. There you are.
Look at that. People, look at that.
So if you're like curious, like who's this F3D0 person, you can click on that and see who they are. Captain Flashheart, who's that?
I have no idea.
He's the first person that leveled up that hero.
Yeah. And he was the first owner, right? Oh, no. He was the second owner. And dude, so IOSCode did a video with the brown gent, baby, and it was freaking awesome. And so be sure to watch that video with the brown gent. This man also has Lila's Ledger?
Lila's Ledger. I don't know. I mean, I've never met Lila, so I don't know how she says her name. She lives in the jeweler.
For tax purposes, or just you can just use it to look at. It'll load up your wallet and all the transactions and
it'll give you more information than you really wanted to know.
Right. So this man is a freaking legend in this space, and he's funny because he'll make fun of me not washing my clothes. I still remember that when you called me out. Remember that?
That was great. Yeah. I mean, it's
called me out and I was like, you got
it. I mean, you had that brand spanking new DFK merch, and it was just like, man, who needs to wash their clothes when you can just buy new DFK merch every time?
Oh my gosh. When I went to Denver, you know what I did? I was staying with my sister and I was like, she's like, hey, I'm doing laundry. I'm like, oh, I run upstairs. Got everything. It's the one time this year my clothes will be washed.
Nice.
I'm still such a mess, man. Yeah, I still am a mess. But I feel like things are starting to turn. but I still fight the demons in my brain. I'm a mess. What are you going to do with me?
Time heals all wounds, man. I mean, you've got a new passion, you know, keep at it. I mean, you're like a super valuable human being, and you do great things. So, I mean, you just keep going.
DFK to the moon.
Put it behind you.
You know, something that would make me really happy is if you made millions of dollars in this game.
Millions, sweet.
Millions.
That'd be dope.
I want to see IOSCode make millions of dollars in this game, just from playing the game, but also from his apps. You've got in the description below, right at the top, we've got this man's Twitter. We've got Lila's Ledger link, which is also in the castle. And we've got, what is your other? It's DFK History.
Yeah. I put in a application for that to be in the archivist. So in theory, it'll probably get added in there eventually. But yeah, you know, you put the link to it in the description of this video, so people can get to it there if they haven't already seen it. When I posted about it on Twitter, and like a few people from DFK kind of got wind of it and just kind of exploded that tweet. So I think everybody knows about it already. Yeah,
I think so. I love how Brown Gent said this is a game changer. I'm trying to remember. So does this basically, when I click this and I click history, is this basically what your website does? These 4 tabs right here. Is there anything else this is missing from your website?
No, this actually shows like the entire thing. The only other thing on my website is like, you know, 2 pages, which you can actually get to by clicking the icons in the bottom left or bottom right of this screen. The first one being like where you can select a hero to view, and the other one being just like an FAQ about the site.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
But really, like that page is like the core of the whole tool, is just to view a hero and all of its history in those 4 different categories.
That's awesome, dude.
I was thinking like it might be cool to like make another page on it where like you could like, if you were to like connect your wallet and like say who you are, like it could go through like the entire history of your DFK journey and show you like, okay, here's the first hero you summoned or bought, and like here's like all your level ups you did, and just kind of like take you on a, you know how like the stupid like, you know, photo apps will like show you like a you know, here, go down this memory lane trip or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that, but for your DFK journey.
Yeah. And look, it's at the top. It says DFK History by Mellow Green Giant. He's got a donate button right here. So we can send this guy some love. Let's do it right now. Copy. I'm pasting this in the chat. Paste. All right. If anybody wants to, how about this? We send them at least 1 jade minimum. How about this? Is a chat?
Yeah, Born to Die was nice enough to throw that that donate button up on there to link you to that page. Yeah, and any donations is nice. It just helps me pay for the server hosting costs to keep it running. So
okay, I'm gonna send you first. I'm gonna send you 10 Swift Thistle,
dude.
Score, baby. Okay, and then okay, I'm gonna send you. Okay, I'm gonna send you 10 jade, baby.
Bam,
baby.
10 jade, baby.
What's the deal there? Is it not wanting to work? Okay, send to, paste your address. Oh, there it is. 10. Next. Confirm. Baby. So sent the Swift Thistle. Now the jade's coming. Let's see, what else do we got here? We
nice.
can. Oh, we got 10 tiers.
Dude, 10 tiers.
See, this little bit, you guys, it helps. If you just do this every once in a while, when you're thinking about it on somebody's, know, like even Born to Die 007. All right.
Yeah.
There went.
You know, it makes me think of like the way to make it really easy to support something is to just like put it on autopilot, right? Just to like have a subscription type thing.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of like something that's kind of lacking in crypto from what I can tell, because it's the way that crypto is set up is kind of hard to do that, because everything's really like trustless. You know, you got to initiate everything, and there's no way to like, you know, have an automatic thing happen, because it would have to know your private key to do it. So that's kind of like an interesting thing that I wonder if someone will solve someday to kind of make that easier without compromising security.
Do you have any ideas?
I have no ideas at this point. I just know it's a problem.
Yeah. I remember finding this. I know he makes it hard to find, doesn't he, here? Where the hell is it? I can't find Born to Die's address. Where is it? It's somewhere. You got to hunt around for it. Where's it at?
He doesn't want anybody to help at all.
Killing me, Born to Die.
You got to put it on a banner at the top of the page of every page, maybe.
Uh-huh. Golly. And I've run into this before. I would have sent him. Come on, Born to Die. You would have gotten 10 Jade, 10 Tears, and 10 Swift Thistle.
I haven't checked. Is there like features you can do like for your account? Like if you click on your address?
Okay. See, when I click, it does nothing. Why is that?
Oh, there's no drop down there for you?
Uh-uh. If I click this, that opens up. Maybe it was in here.
Huh.
I don't know. I love it. This community is the biggest reason I'm here. I love you. Kong, you're one of my... I got out of bed today, and I was like, when the hell am I ever going to stream with Kong? I literally was thinking about Kong, Crypto Kong, and how awesome and supportive he's been for so long.
He's got to be your Tuesday stream, because you got Freak tomorrow, you got Aphex on Monday, Kong's Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. I might have both Freak and Effects tomorrow, and who else?
Wowie.
Oh yeah, Wowie.
That'll be epic.
That's like super important, because we got to get to the nitty gritty of leveling our heroes based off what we know. We need to update that. Yeah,
there's new information emerging now, huh?
So IOSCode, here's how it went with IOSCode. It was like, oh, you actually want to come on? Oh, hell yeah, let's do it right now. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
I love it. We got to make it happen, Crypto Kong, just because I love the guy so much. He's just got the right heart, the right spirit, he just like sees the world in the right frame, in my opinion. I love this guy.
Love it.
Dude, okay. You're a legend, freaking IOSCode.
Dude,
I love you. Doug
you
Hype.
as well.
Doug Hype loves you. He thinks you're hilarious.
Thank you, Doug Hype.
He was wanting to get on.
I hope you're not hacked very bad, Doug Hype.
Yes.
Because you're awesome.
Dude. Okay, man. I love you. Any last final words?
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I'm spent. I feel like we could talk about so much more. So I definitely want to get on and chat with you again, Grady. Because
dude, we could do a weekly.
Weekly. How many weeklies can you handle, man?
We got a weekly with Ogre. We got a weekly. I think we're gonna keep going with Christian Peter, baby.
You were saying that.
I'm gonna be getting in the habit of trying to do multiple daily videos even.
Wow.
It's good for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's so much to talk about. It's just such an interesting ecosystem, and there's so much going all the time.
Yep. And it just, as soon as I'm a mess here, But as soon as this hits play, I just come alive. I don't know what else to say. It's like,
well, it's I feel like you're one of those personalities where you get very focused on one thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like you're in it. That's like it's your life.
Yep.
And like you're just 100% on one thing.
That's
I know other people like that. It's like it's definitely a type.
You got it, man. I'm so manic, all or nothing type guy. But there's something about this when I hit play, it literally brings life into my body and joy. And it's so easy for me to.
Great.
So I don't know why it is. I love
you. You're doing what you love and what comes natural. I mean,
I guess
you're great at it.
Yeah. I love it, man. Even though I'm a complete zombie, I'm going to die. I'm so tired. I can't wait. We're going to start doing this on the reg because I need guys like IOSCode, the Brown Gent, the way you guys think. I need you guys in my life, baby. I love it.
We make the balance.
Like the Beeve and Mosh always says, yeah, the balance. And so when the more we can, because all of your strengths are all of my weaknesses, and my like one or two strengths maybe could help with, maybe a little bit could help with vice versa.
For sure, dude.
And so it's like such a good combo when I can get I love the engineer minded dev people. The hard part is actually having cohesion. Yeah. Because I probably drive you crazy. Okay, naturally, we're probably not best friend buds. Okay, even though in my mind I feel that way.
If I was younger, it would drive me crazy. But since I'm kind of like older and mature, I can appreciate your magic.
See, that's what's rare. When we can, and see, when I was younger, the engineer dev minded type guys would have drove me nuts.
Yeah.
It was like I couldn't even handle it. But now I realize that I'm just a little tick on your rear end going along for the ride, baby. That's all I am.
We're all parasiting each other. It's great.
It's like without you guys doing what you do, I'm nothing. And I also, as time has gone on over the last decade and a half, but especially over the last 5 years, learning to appreciate so much the way you think, your mindsets, all of it. And I love it. And so when someone has enough in there to where you can actually get on stream and be natural and cool and it's no big deal, that's rare for a dev engineer minded type guy. For most dev engineer minded type guys, it's a big stressful thing they got to prep for and whatever. Whereas
I feel like I've kind of like gotten a little bit of that out of the way with, I've been on a few so far, so it's starting to feel okay.
Dude, you're great.
Thanks.
Great. And so just so you know, there's never any pressure. You don't have to worry about being the life of the show. It's like no pressure. And I was trying to tell this with Hubert. He was like so stressed out to come on stream.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I understand.
And I love it though. I love it. And even a little bit with Frisky, but not too much with Frisky.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, just sit there and be your absolute geek out nerd mind guy. And I love it. And you don't have to worry about anything, but just being in your geek out mode.
Perfect.
And it's like, I'll handle all the rest. I got you, baby.
Love it.
Having you on the stream is huge. It's like, if I were ever to be have a big YouTube channel, I would need a wingman sidekick guy to keep me straight. I would have to have it. So I'd have to find a guy like you that we connect to where you can keep me straight all day long, and I'll love it every second of it.
Temper those $10 tier predictions.
Yeah, right. The 40. I'm saying tiers going back to an all-time high of $40, baby.
Never. Not a chance.
How the hell did it ever even get there?
It was a unique Black Swan event. It was the dawn of an ecosystem where nothing was in place yet. Never happened again.
It doesn't make sense in my brain. I thought Drake on digital, when he told me that
yeah,
I thought he like literally meant to say like, maybe did he mean $4? $40?
Yeah. I wasn't here that early, so I don't know for sure, but it was a unique event.
I've heard it from several people. Okay, man.
Let's do it again, man. And thanks a lot. It was good to be here with you and chat through this stuff.
Love it. Legend. Yep. Finished. Sorry.
That was it.
The legend himself, IOSCode and Crypto Grady out. Love you guys. DFK, best crypto project in all of crypto. Dream team of all dream teams in all of crypto. And some of the best third-party devs we could ever dream to have, such as IOSCode. I love you guys. Crypto Grady and IOSCode out, baby.